Hi, everybody. It is Eamon here, and welcome to another episode of Pat Monk Presents. Today, joining us all the way from the great city of Boston, we have Michael from Echo360. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, for those who are maybe not familiar with Echo360, can you give us a quick download, a quick overview as to what the company does and how you help people and businesses?
Totally. Yep. So as you mentioned, work for a company called Echo360. And essentially, we are a leader in the engagement solution space. And we help growing companies, organizations, institutions who are challenged to find ways to engage employees through a suite of products that ranging from video, audience response, content creation, and even exam taking. So
Fantastic.
yeah, our goal is to create like a culture of learning within an organization. So through online approach, blended in person, and offer organizations the ability to leverage data and really achieve measurable learning outcomes.
Fantastic, and definitely culture of learning is always good. And I was checking out your website earlier. I see that you're a new product that just came out. Echo Poll. Maybe tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Echo Poll is something we're super excited about. It is an audience response system that allows you to quickly and simply take your pre-existing content, add polling, and deliver it both synchronously and asynchronously. So you think about your standard PowerPoint deck and the process of interacting and engaging with an audience. We know that an engaged audience leads to 90% improvement in business outcomes. And so if you can quickly and easily take your pre-existing content, add polling on top of it, track those outcomes, and leverage it, that's where we're talking about that data-driven approach to improving organizations through data and actually and having a tangible approach on the learning outcomes.
Fantastic. And like when you're saying organizations, like what kind of clients or industries do you find yourself focused on or expanding into?
Totally. So the majority of the business is actually works within the higher ed space. And then we have a very large presence in corporate America, ranging from Fortune 500 all the way down to, individual consultants. We primarily have seen a lot of traction within the healthcare space, as well as oil and gas. So on healthcare, on safety training and kind of approaches like that.
Okay, so quite a mix from healthcare
Oh
to
yeah,
oil and gas to Fortune
it
500.
is. It is all over the place.
Very good, very good. And with this, like when you're growing in different industries, like you're saying oil and gas and healthcare, I mean, how do you get the word out? Is it inbound? Is it outbound? Is it LinkedIn or SEO? What seems to be working?
Totally. Uh, right now, we're making a strong push on the outbound. Just historically within the organization, it has been something that has not been a major focus, and that's something that we're kind of revamping and making a strong effort. And so put a lot of resources and time into improving those efforts. But the majority of opportunities and people and people coming in have been through the website. And so we do leverage social media quite a bit, trying to really improve our presence there. We've recently done some TikTok stuff and things like that as well. But I would say it's people doing general search on audience response or video content and things, video content management, and they're coming through the website.
Fantastic. So it sounds like the website is very important at taking those visitors and turning them into future happy clients.
Definitely.
Very good. And kind of switching gears a little bit and talking more about you Michael, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis at Echo360?
Yeah, there is so much. really what we're doing is we are in a high growth state, right? So there is a tremendous opportunity. I think, we were catching up beforehand and just talking about how attention spans get shorter and shorter and shorter. And as you think about what that means is from an organization and even an institution. So take the higher ed use case, right? And students going to class. If they're used to those 10-second spurts of information and not being able to focus in on a class, we're able to help a professor, a lecturer, take their content, add interaction into that process, and essentially leverage technology to help improve those learning outcomes. And so there's so much that we can learn from higher ed, because the workforce of tomorrow are the students of today, right? And so what we learn from the higher ed space, we carry over to our corporate focus and our government focus as well. And so what we're really trying to do is figure out and help these organizations, take something, instead of just giving them a bunch of content and say, here, learn this. Let me walk you through this, make it interactive, make it engaging so that they're actually learning. And it's not just fun and games, it's just like general, how do we make sure that you are learning?
No, that's so key, and I love what you're saying. Like, yeah, of course, the students of today are the workforce of tomorrow, so being able to engage is super important. So now we're coming to the rapid fire section of the interview, and if you're okay,
Yeah.
like you in the hot seat. So
Yeah.
only short and crisp answers are needed. So, what was the last book you read, or maybe currently reading?
The Alchemist.
Ah, Paulo Coelho.
Yep.
Paulo Coelho. Very good. I read that book so many times, and amazing. One of my favorite books.
I love it. It was recommended. Love it.
Yeah, is it your first time reading it?
First time reading it.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's an incredible book. So also with this, if you could change anything, with what you're doing at the moment, and could click your fingers, whether it's AI, whether it's something else, and there's something that's taking up a lot of your time, maybe a repetitive task, that you could click your fingers, no limits in technology, and it could be automated, what would that be?
Man, it would have to, like, the AI piece is the low hanging fruit, and there's so many different ways that you can utilize it. I would say, the just something that you could leverage AI to just quickly put out posts on LinkedIn, something that's like on an automated feed that is learning when it gets the highest engagement, things like that.
Well, if there's anyone listening in, please build it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not that far away. I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
having a something like that is not that far away. So the last thing is, imagine you could go back to your first day or first week or month, back at Echo360, knowing what you know now. Would you do anything different, or what advice would you give yourself on your first day?
Man, use the data. Like, and so data is your friend. And so as you look at what things are working, what things aren't working, we are able to learn so much about how people interact with the website, where they're coming through, what industry or vertical they're coming from. So use that to your advantage. It seems like it's an obvious answer, but I think sometimes people can get wrapped up in ignoring it, or making assumptions, or not leveraging it. It's just trust the data.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Trusted it. Numbers don't lie.
Exactly.
And thank you so much for taking the time, Michael. I know it's quite early for you, so really appreciate that. I want to give you the last word. Imagine people forget everything that we just spoke about, but you want to leave them with one thing to remember about Echo360. I mean, what would that be?
make learning engaging, give people a reason to want to learn something new, right? And so when people want to be fulfilled at work, they want to learn new things, make it easy for them to do that, and make it easy on yourself. And so I'd say our company, our organization is so focused on taking things and lowering that bar so that it's not a pain point for you to do those things. And so I would say, give the people what they want, give people that fulfillment, let them enjoy their job, let them learn and grow as well, and help enable them throughout that process.
Perfect. So look, I can't really add much to that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. And that is it, folks. So from myself and Michael, take care. And I look forward to seeing everybody on the next episode of Pat Monk Presents. So all the best and bye-bye.
Thank you.